Hey everybody, welcome back to the game. Let's just jump right into it. I got some things to talk about. Well, anyone who knows how the INFJ experience shakes down, well, they can tell you very easily that there's a lot of crap that the INFJ goes through in their lifetime. And, well, if I want to see it from a positive point of view, we get to learn a lot of lessons, okay? So I'm just going to do a little spinneroonie for you guys. I'm going to try and show you a different outlook on the INFJ experience, because if we wanted to, we could very easily kind of go in the woe is me category and feel like, why does this always happen to me? I'm so tired of crap, I'm so over it. I just want to enjoy my life. Why can't I live like everyone else and, have a relatively pain-free experience in life? Well, forget all that, okay? Scratch it. I'm going to tell you why your pain is your gifts. Yes. I can't wait to get into this because I have feelings, people. I got feelings about all these things. I'm going to let it out. Okay. Let me tell you guys a story, okay? I kind of wish I recorded it. Okay, actually, I'm lying. I did record. I was about to go on a walk, and I was going to take you guys along with me and chit-chat to you, whatever, okay? So get this. I know, don't ask me. The video's gone. Okay, what do you want from me? The video's gone. But I was walking. Okay, I was at a place I've never been to before, okay? And it's kind of like a big field, and then there's a path going into a forest, kind of. But, within the forest, there's like a dirt path, but like well worn out. Like you can see people walk there all the time. It's a done thing, right? Anyways, so I'm there and I figure, you know what? I'm going to go like for a walk through these trees and, I'm going to take this path. Let's do it. Brave chest, huh? Anyways, so I'm at the opening of this and I start walking in, and I tell you what, guys, it was pretty wild because I started feeling like, no, Chess, you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to keep walking here. Get out. Like, don't do it, right? And I hate to say this. Some people may give me crap for this, but I'm going to keep it real. I had a moment where I thought to myself, you know what? No. Like, what if I just keep going? Like, what if I just don't listen to myself? And screw it. If something happens to me, then that's my fate. Like, oh my gosh, right? Like, how stubborn could I be? How stupid, right? But screw it. I was in the mood, right? And I was like, I'm doing it. If something happens to me, I don't care. I'm doing it, right? And I'll tell you what happened, guys. I kept walking forward on this path. And not even like 10 seconds later, my legs start slowing down and my stride gets slower. And eventually I realized my body literally almost won't let me go there. Like, okay, fine. I could override it if I wanted to. But the feeling I had was so strong that in order for me to override that feeling, well, number one, I would just feel like the biggest idiot. But second of all, it would actually take more brain power out of me than just simply turning around and walking somewhere else. And in that moment, I thought, you know what? Go figure. Like, it just goes to show that, here's the thing, guys. I'll never truly know what was in that forest, right? I'll never know if I would have been okay or not. Maybe I would have been completely fine. Maybe it was just paranoia. It's all for nothing, whatever. But okay, hold on. Let me carry on the story. So I backtracked, okay? I got out of there and I ended up walking in like an open area and, completely safe area. That's what I did instead. Yes, I was a good girl. Okay. But that moment really started getting my brain going. And it kind of reminded me, because I already knew this, but it reminded me of the fact that your body is always telling you what you can't see. You know, like, okay, think about the fight or flight response, right? Like, it kicks in not only when you see something right in front of you. Like, if you were, I don't know, on a safari trip and there's like a crazy tiger like right in front of your face, okay, fine. Flight or fight is going to kick in, obviously, right? But it even kicks in before you even understand how dangerous something is. Do you know what I mean? Your body has all these built-in response systems, and I guess they click in with your intuition. I mean, honestly, I haven't thought deep enough to really know how all those things work together, but I would assume they work together. Do you know what I mean? I just don't know on what level. I haven't sat down and really dug into that. But anyways, but what you really got to know, okay, my whole point is all of the pain that you've gone through in your life, I'm talking emotional pain, right? Bad memories, whatever, lessons learned. They're added to your database, right? And your body, from that database, is able to communicate with you. And it's really just a matter of you listening to it. This is really the only thing holding you back, because there's even, the parasympathetic system. I mean, there's not just fight or flights, If you just don't feel good around someone, it's as simple as that. There's a reason for it, And if you do feel really good when you're spending time with someone, there's a reason for that too, right? There's something very telling about that. And the thing is, because INFJs have gone through so much trauma in their lives, they've really developed this within themselves. And that is precisely why being an INFJ and going through all that shit is actually a gift. And not everyone has that gift, okay? So let me just talk to you guys a little bit more about this. Let me just delve in, because this goes deeper, okay? Okay, so once you realize this, you're able to see that if someone does something to you, they screw you over in your life, honestly, they did you a favor. Yeah, they did. They added to your database, baby. Yeah, they did you a favor, because you know what? Anyone who hasn't had any trauma, or they haven't felt deeply hurt, or they haven't simply even questioned human beings, and what the hell their motives are. I mean, honestly, they haven't lived. Like, really, you haven't. Like, if you haven't gone through those things, what are you doing? Like, are you like a hobbit? Like, where are you? Where are you living? But anyways, yeah. But also, you got to realize that, yeah, how they treated you, it was a gift. And forget that. How people treat you isn't actually about you. No, it's not. It's about them. It's a them problem, okay? They just don't know how to do different. They're just not capable of different. And even if they are capable of it, they're not strong enough to actually sustain it and follow through with it. It's not about you. You're just collateral damage. You're just the person on the other end of it. Honestly, if it wasn't you, it's someone else. That's the truth of it, because if someone's going to rob a bank, right, and you're working that day in the bank, guess what? If it wasn't you behind the counter, like, it would have been another bank, and it would have been another person behind the counter. It's going to happen no matter what. They're going to rob the bank, okay? Get over it. You're just collateral damage, and that's how you got to look at it. But there's a certain kind of, you can look at it from a different lens of, okay, great. Like, you could be saying to me right now, Chess, this is bullshit. I don't want to be collateral damage, right? It sucks to be collateral damage. Yeah, true that. But on the other hand, you can extract the wisdom from it, right? And your body also extracts from it. All your systems do, you know? Your mind, your heart, your body, the whole nines, right? Your soul. Frick, what else can we throw in there, right? But here's the thing, guys. People are flawed, right? And the flaws is what makes people human. So how can we expect different from them? Like, how can we expect people not to screw up? Like, it's gonna happen, right? Yes, there's levels to it. And no, you don't have to hang out with them anymore. You don't have to give them your time. You don't have to give them your energy. You can totally cut them off. You know, they can be dead to you, you know, whatever, door slam, blah, blah. But that's just the reality. And here's what you really need to know. Okay, because here's the thing. Okay, I have so much to say. I don't even know where to start. I have so much to say. Okay. When they screwed you over, you can thank them because in that moment, they gave you a chance to learn that you can trust yourself. Because I'll tell you what, you don't have to trust other people. No, you don't. You just have to be able to trust yourself. And you have to be able to trust yourself that when shit gets real, right, you're going to be able to hold it down and you're out. Okay? That's it. And because those moments is what helps you build your resilience, right? It helps you build your inner strength. And if you don't have any resistance in your life, then, like, if you're never up against anything in your life, then you can't get stronger, right? Like, think about it. Okay, the human body, right? Your bones, like, did you know your bones get stronger from impact, right? Like running, jogging, simply walking, even, quite frankly. That's how your bones get strength. Even your teeth, your jaw, the chewing, you know, of food, that strengthens your jaw. If you literally lived off a liquid diet for your whole life, your jaw bones would be a bust. Like, you wouldn't have any strength. Your teeth and your jaw are useless to you. Do you know what I mean? So it's the same concept. Whatever you don't exercise, you don't reap the rewards of it. So if you don't exercise the challenge of building your resilience and finding your strength because of adversity, because someone effed you up, then you're kind of done for, right? And look, I know, it looks like some people out there really crack the code, right? It looks like they have it all together and that they never have to worry about going up against the crap stuff in life. And yet they look like they got it all going on. White picket fence, blah, blah. But it's just an illusion. It's just an illusion, people, okay? Because I'll tell you what, I've seen this time and time again. Go ahead and put them in a tricky situation. Give them a tough time and watch them crumble. Go ahead, watch it. I've seen it before my eyes over and over again. You know, so it just goes to show that what people put you through, what you experience, in the end, they did you a favor. You could literally call them and say thank you. Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, who knows if you're going to do it, but you know what I mean, right? Because there's no perfect life, right? And just like I said, actually, you know how I was saying you need that impact? Like, You need the adversity. And I gave you the example of your bones, right? They need the impacts in order to strengthen. Like the same thing goes for your spirit. The same thing goes for your willpower, right? And that's just what it takes for those things to grow. And there's no option here. That's just a reality, right? But forget all that. As I was saying, there's no perfect life, right? And I'm going to tell you something. Do you know when life will feel the most perfect to you? This is my way of thinking, okay? The most perfect it gets is being able to count on yourself. I tell you, when shit gets real, right? You know that you have your back. Yeah, you know you got your own back, right? Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful to know that someone else has got it too. Absolutely. But when you're alone out there, maybe that person's not around, you got it. You can hold it down, right? And again, if a person never screwed you over, you wouldn't know that you have your back, right? So them doing that, they did you a favor. They put it right in front of your face and gave you the perfect opportunity to develop that within yourself. Bottom line, they gave you grit. Yeah, the INFJ life is a life all about developing grits, right? But damn, there's value to that, guys. But there's a whole another side to all this. Let me touch on this right quick, okay? Because how people treated you, if they treat you like shit, right? Or even the challenges you had in life, it's the reason that you have a sort of detachment, right? It's the reason that you learn to not take words as gospel, or you're aware that in the very least, like, people are flawed, right? So because of this, you become self-reliant, right? Yeah, you have your back, as I said. And you don't really need others to fill a role for you, right? Because you learn how to fill that role for yourself, right? And ironically, so many people actually trust the INFJ more because of this. Yeah, because they can feel the INFJs have no skin in the game, you know? Like, they don't need to pull out an act on somebody so they can, you know, fill a role for them and whatnot. You know, the INFJ doesn't need that, right? So because of that, people are able to just rest easily with them and just enjoy being with them, because the INFJ becomes, they just come off as just so real and so easygoing, because again, there's no pressure. There's no role to fill here, you know? We're a one-man show. But the inverse to this, right, is that the INFJ can feel if someone needs them to fill a role, right? Yes, the INFJ can feel if the other person's got skin in the game, right? And unfortunately, this can also create mistrust, right? Because we know that, you know, there's something they need or something they want from us, right? And we just got to figure out what that is, right? But again, it's kind of all full circle, because even if we don't trust somebody because we can feel like there's something they want from us, right? There's some ulterior motive. Again, that's the beauty of it, because we don't have to trust them. No, we don't. We have to trust ourselves. We have to listen to our bodies. We have to listen to our instincts. And guess what? They won't ever steer us wrong. And if they do, it's for such a short amount of time, no doubt, just to learn another lesson. And that's about it, which will just add to all the goodness we have going on. And well, I mean, you can't tell me that we don't benefit from this in the end. We really do. We managed to develop so much further from all of this. Okay, there's my spiel. I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Okay, take it easy. Yeah, that's that. Ciao.